Estimating quotients of whole numbers using compatible numbers. Two vocabulary terms that we will be using: quotient. A quotient is an answer to a division problem, and compatible numbers, numbers that are easy to compute mentally. And that word compute meaning to calculate. Okay, we are going to estimate the quotients of each of these problems using compatible numbers. Remember, with estimating, we could come up with possibly different estimates, but they should be around the same number, and there are different strategies, but we're going to really focus on compatible numbers today. Compatible numbers are numbers that fit really nicely together and that are easy to use mentally. So that's what we're looking for when we're addressing each of these problems. Let's look at this first problem right here. 354 divided by 4. Our goal is to make this really easy to calculate or come up with an estimate with in our heads. So we're trying to come up with two numbers that fit nicely together. 4 is generally pretty easy to work with, but this 354 is a little more challenging. So let's think of a number that fits nicely with 4 that is close to 354. You may identify that 400 works really nicely with 4, because if we did 400 divided by 4, we know that that's going to fit in 100 times. So that would be one option for estimating these and for rounding this to a compatible number. Another number that 354 falls close to and works nicely with 4 is 360. If we look at the two biggest place values rather than just the 100s place, 360 is very close to 354. So you could do 360 divided by 4. 4 goes into 36 9 times and into 0 0 times. So the estimate here would be 90. Both of these numbers are appropriate estimates for this particular problem. So either one of these would be fine. Example 2, 636 divided by 9. 9 is, again, generally easy to work with, so we're going to leave that single digit number alone, and we're going to work on rounding this larger number. Focusing on the larger two place values, so the hundreds place and the tens place, let's think of a number that would be compatible with 9 that is near 636. If you think about your 9's times tables, you know that 5 times 9 is 45, 6 times 9 is 54, 7 times 9 is 63, 8 times 9 is 72, and so on. You might have identified that, hey, 63 is right here, and wow, 63 is actually in this problem. So it's going to be really nice to round that 636 to just plain old 630 and divide that by 9. Now solve that mentally. 9 fits into 63 7 times and into the 0 0 times. So our estimate is 70. Example 3, 468 divided by 9. Here again, our whole number, our one digit is a 9, so we're thinking about our 9's tables. What can we round this to make it really easy to work with? And we actually already have them listed up above. And 468, if we focus on the largest two place values, you'll notice that they are very close to 45. So we're going to make those 45, and the 8 is 0, so now our number is 450 divided by 9. 45 divided by 9 is 5, and 9 into the remaining 0, 0. So our estimate would be 50. Example 4, 115 divided by 5. Leave the single digit number alone, so 5 is one of our numbers that we will be working with, and we need to look at 115. Focus on the bigger of the place values. So here our largest two place values are the hundreds and tens places. And think about your 5 times tables. So you have 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. 11 is closest to 10. So we're going to make that 11 a 10, make the remaining 5 a 0. So 115 is relatively close to 100. Divide that by 5. 5 into 10 fits twice. 5 into 0, 0 times. So our estimate is 20. Example 5. 653 divided by 8. Leave 8 alone. We're going to round 653. Focus on the largest two place values, the hundreds and the tens, and think of your eighths times tables. So 8, 16, 24, so on. 7 times 8 would be 56. 8 times 8 is 64. 9 times 8 is 72. Of those three numbers, 64 is the closest, so we're going to round 653 to 640 divided by 8. 8 into 64 fits in 8 times, and 8 into the 0, 0 times. So our estimate is 80. Pause the video and estimate these three problems on your own. And when you're finished, hit play. I'll go through each of them, and you can check your answers. Problem 1, 192 divided by 3. Focus on the two largest place values. Think of your threes times tables, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and so on. 19 is closest to 18, so we're going to round those to 180. Remember that 2 will become a 0, and divide it by 3. 3 into 18 fits 6 times, and 3 into the remaining 0 fits 0 times, so our estimate is 60. Problem 2, 550 divided by 7. Leave 7 alone, it's our single digit number. Focus on the largest two place values, 55. And to go through your 7s times tables, 7, 14, 21, 28, so on. You have 7 times 7 would be 49. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 9 is 63. Of the numbers listed and all of the times tables for 7, 55 is closest to 56. So we would round to 560 divided by 7. 7 goes into 56 8 times and into 0 0 times. So our estimate for this particular problem would be 80. Finally, 333 divided by 6. Leave 6 alone. Focus on the two largest place values. Go through your 6 times tables. 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 6 is 42. Of these numbers, 333 falls really in between these two. It's going to be slightly closer to 36 because of that 3 in the ones place. So I'm going to round to the 36, but if you chose the 30, that would be acceptable. 360 divided by 6. 6 into 36 is 6, and 6 into 0, 0 times. My estimate was 60. You may have had an estimate of 50 as well. And that's all.